What is happening, YouTube? It's JME-TV, and today we're in South Manchester at the ginormous 100-acre Southern Cemetery. Now, I've done another video here previously, but I'm going to be doing quite a few videos here just for the sheer size of the cemetery. There is a lot of people to see, a lot of famous people. And today we've come to see someone in particular. But before we go into it, I just want to say, if the camera is really shaky, I do apologise. My gimbal has decided to die on me today, so I am manually handling the camera. So I do apologise if it feels like I've got Parkinson's, but I really don't. It's just how sensitive the camera actually is. So Southern Cemetery is one of the largest cemeteries in the UK, as I just mentioned. It's not just beautiful, it's peaceful as well. And as we walk through these grounds, it's fascinating to think about the countless lives and stories that are commemorated here. Each gravestone, each plot represents a unique journey. And I think you'd be here a lifetime trying to find out everyone who is here. But today we're specifically here to talk about John Alcock. But let's just take a moment to appreciate the overall atmosphere of this place. The cemetery was established in 1879 and it covers over 100 acres. It's divided into several sections, including areas for different religions, a war grave section, and if I remember correctly, there's even a section for stillborn babies, reflecting the community's commitment to remembrance. They've pretty much got something here for everybody. You know, it's a bit of a grim thought, but hey up, it's a fact of life. We're all going to go one day, and unfortunately this is where we will end up. But without grimming you out, if I was going to end up somewhere, I would like it to be a place like this. My whole family are pretty much buried in this cemetery, as well as probably most people in Manchester's, their families as well. I mean, it's absolutely ginormous. So as we walk towards John Alcock's grave, that's who we're seeing today, one of the most famous people in here. Let's dive a little bit into his early life. So John was born in 1892 in Manchester. And Alcock developed an interest in aviation at a young age, and the passion led him to join the Royal Naval Air Service during World War I. And I find it hard to even imagine the bravery and skill required to be a pilot in those early days of aviation. You know, flying in fragile aircraft with limited navigation tools. And if you look at some of the graves here, I'm sure there's a few more aviators buried alongside him as we walk through. Alcock's interest in aviation was more than just a hobby, it was a calling. I mean, during World War I he became a decorated pilot, known for his courage and skill, and after the war he continued to push boundaries of what was possible in aviation. His partnership with Brown for the transatlantic flight was a significant milestone. They faced navigational difficulties, engine problems, and even extreme weather conditions. At one point, they even had to climb out onto the wings to clear ice from the engines. Now, as far as health and safety goes, I don't think that'll wear down today. So the transatlantic flight that he did took 16 hours and 28 minutes. And then they landed in a bog in Clifden in Ireland. They were celebrated as heroes. They proved that long-distance air travel was possible, paving the way for future advancements in aviation. And it set everybody on the path, obviously, to commercial travel as well. I mean, walking around here, it's humbling to consider the impact of Alcock's achievements, his bravery and determination. Not only advanced aviation, but also inspired countless others. His legacy is a testament to the human spirit's drive to explore and innovate. So back in them days, you used to have people exploring the North Pole, trying to find the passages through for logistic reasons. You know, there was just so much exploring to do in the world, and I think now there's not much left to do. And Alcock was a pioneer of his time to do a transatlantic. Imagine being the first person to do a transatlantic flight, first person to do it, crossing the Atlantic Ocean. So I think we're approaching John's grave now. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Yep, this is John. So here we are at the grave of John Alcock, along with Arthur Whitten Brown. He achieved the first non-stop transatlantic flight, as we said before. Let's just have a quick look at his grave before we... So that's his mother. And his father's buried here as well. Just picture this, yeah, so during the non-stop transatlantic flight in June 1919, so they took off from St John's, Newfoundland, in a modified Vickers Vimy bomber. The journey was fraught with challenges, from obviously dense fog and snowstorms to equipment failures. It was literally a test of endurance and ingenuity, and just, you must be a bit insane as well. You must have been a bit insane to do this. So yeah, as I was saying, he must have been a bit insane just to even attempt that. But as all heroes, sometimes it doesn't end well when they do crazy things that nobody else does, and to achieve great things you must do daring things. So the tragic end to his story, just a few months after the flight itself, Alcock died in a plane crash while flying to the Paris Air Show. He was 27 years old, and obviously his death was a great loss to the aviation community, but his contributions continue to be remembered and celebrated. So rest in peace, John Alcock, and thank you for everything you did for aviation. Beautiful part of the cemetery. And a pioneer of Manchester. So, thank you, John. And it is good, me being from Manchester myself, I really do like the fact that I can get to visit these people who shaped Manchester and really put Manchester on the map. You know, Sunderland Cemetery itself has a rich history. As I mentioned, it opened in 1879. It was designed to accommodate the rapidly growing population of Manchester. And over the years, it has literally just become the final resting place for many notable figures. There's a few other people here, as I mentioned earlier, who I do want to do so, such as Matt Busby, who was the legendary Manchester United manager, and just a few others as well. The cemetery is designed with its winding paths and beautiful landscaping, provides a serene environment for reflection. There's literally like a variety of different sorts of memorials and gravestones, and each one tells that story, from the elaborate Victorian monuments such as these to the simple headstones over there. It is a reminder of all the extraordinary achievements people past, who are long gone now, have achieved. So I will be coming back to this cemetery to show you more people and a little bit of insight into their stories. So I think that's it for this one, guys. I'm going to wrap this one up. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.